Welcome students to the topic Indian Ethos and Management. This is from module 6 of BCG subject. So moving forward with the first slide, this is the whole contents which we are going to cover in this presentation. Concept, components of Indian Ethos, principles, teaching from ancient Indian scriptures, application of Indian Ethos to management, and quality of work life in Indian Ethos. So basically, when you define ethos, it is defined by Oxford as the characteristic spirit and beliefs of community or people which distinguishes one culture from the other. Indian ethos is drawn from the Vedas, the Ramayana, Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, and Upanishads. So these all contribute to form the Indian ethos. Ethos versus ethics is defined like this: that ethos is a discipline that examines one's morality or the moral standard of the society, how the society is working under which ethical parameters set, whereas ethics means expected standards in terms of your personal and social welfare. It includes honesty, morality, responsibility, etc. So ethics is basically what a personal individual is continuing with or behaving with, but ethos is for the total society, the moral standards set for the society. So the next slide is about Indian ethos and management. Indian ethos and management refers to the values and practices that the culture of India, the what we call locally Bharatiya Sanskriti, can contribute to service, leadership, and management. These values and practices are rooted in Sanatan Dharma, which is called the eternal essence of that dharma, and have been influenced by various strands of Indian philosophy. So basically, when we are talking about the Indian ethos and management, we get our ethos, the Indian impact of Indian ethos and management strategies from the Sanatan Dharma, that is the Hindu Dharma. So that is where we call this Bharatiya Sanskriti, which has contributed a lot for all the management tricks which are being applied, the leadership skills, and the services being provided. Next is what is in Indian ethos for management. It means application of principles of management revealed in our ancient wisdom, described in Upanishads and Gita. The following basic principles of management are as per Indian wisdom and insight. Each soul is a potential god. We have a holistic approach to solve any problem. Equal importance to subjectivity or objectivity, and karma yoga. You don't have to worry that what work are you doing. You are not doing it for yourself, but you are doing it for the betterment of the society. And everybody in the whole universe is a potential god. So we treat all the people alike. We have a complete holistic approach to solve any problem. We don't think just about ourselves. So that is where the application of principles of management are put in, which are we gathered from Upanishads and Gita. They are put into the management, and then the resolution of different problems or the working of the different management or different organizations is being done. Moving to the next slide, if we go into the detail of this particular, each soul is a potential god. A human being has a soul, a spark of divine. The divine resides in the heart of a person. The divine means perfection in knowledge, wisdom, and power. Therefore, a human being has immense potential power for or energy for self-development. The partnership of God and man can bring about extraordinary or miraculous result. Indian wisdom indicates that productivity of human being is more important than plant capacity. Hence, management is helping ordinary people to produce extraordinary results. Holistic approach is based basically on spiritual principle of unity, oneness, non-dual or Advaita concept. Under this principle of unity, the universe is an undivided whole world where every particle is connected with every other particle. Hence, entire humanity is one. Management must recognize oneness of humanity, respect the divine in all beings. Then next is equal importance to subjectivity or objectivity. Indian ethos for management distinguish subject and object. Subject is subtle and intangible. Object is gross or concrete, and intangible or invisible, or tangible or invisible. Human and ethical values or qualities such as courage, vision, social awareness, fearlessness, and clear mind, truth, etc., are subjective, subtle, and intangible concepts. These represents divine wealth. Inner resources of human being are more powerful than external resources. Example: Japan could prosper in industry, business, and trade due to optimum utilization of inner resources. Japan does not have coal, mineral, and petroleum. Creator is subjective, creation is objective. So this explains that manager must develop third eye, the eye of vision, intuition, foresight, and such other divine qualities or values. This is the essence of Indian ethos for management. Then is Karma Yoga, selfless work. It is yoga of moral endeavors, selfless service to others. It brings about union of human being with the divine. Work is done as worship to the divine in human beings, who is also all pervading in the universe, which is just a projection of the divine. Gita involves moral and ethical theory of human conduct and expounds the heart of right living, the doctrine of duty with discipline and devotion without attachment to work and agency. Do your duty without ego and without calculations of gain or loss. Let not the fruit of action motivate you. Let not the fruits avert your concentration on work. Pour your heart and soul in the performance of your assigned duty. Concentrate your attention only on your present job. So this is all about the Indian ethos of management. Then there are few components of Indian ethos, because we Indians believe in ego sublimation rather than ego assertion, sacrificing spirit rather than fighting spirit, team achievement rather than individual achievement, spiritual attainment rather than material prosperity, self control rather than outside control, concept of duties then concept of rights, yielding rather than dominating, concern for this age, world, and improvement, respect for and search for all truth, whatever be its source. So these are the different components of Indian ethos. So thank you so much, students. This is for the first part of the presentation on this particular topic, the Indian ethos and management. We will continue the rest in the next presentation. Thank you and be safe.